Hello, everyone. This is Mary Hazlet Fernandez, your host of Leadership, Legacies, and Legends, the podcast Unleash. I am so excited to have launched the podcast Guest Visibility Spot. And one of the first, most exciting people I met was our guest, Miss Gwendolyn White. But let me tell you, she immediately wanted to start sharing her opportunity. So I think it is all appropriate to let Dr. Stephen K. Branch introduce his mentee, Miss Gwendolyn White. Dr.
Well,
Branch.
good day. Thank you. And good day, Saints. It's a pleasure to be here with you live. Myself, I'm Dr. Steve Branch out of North Chesterfield, Virginia. And I wanted to take time and introduce you to an incredible friend and business associate that I've been knowing, I guess, over the last 10 to 15 years. And the woman I'm about to introduce to you is a mighty woman of God. She has a heart of gold and believes in helping people. And she just has a beautiful spirit. And she has some vital information that she wants to share with you. And you definitely want to be connected to Miss Gwendolyn White because she has such a beautiful spirit and she operates in the spirit of excellence. So please give your undivided attention to Miss Gwendolyn White.
All right. Dr. Branch, thank you for doing that interview. And we'll talk to you soon, ladies and gentlemen, because he will be our guest on part 2 of the series, Guest Visibility with Gwendolyn White. Gwendolyn, oh my goodness.
Greetings.
I mean, your energy when I met you was just so contagious. And I guess, on one ear I couldn't hear, and the other ear I could hear a little. And so I heard most of some of what you were saying. But what you were enthusiastic about was that product. But before we go any further, let us get to know you a little better. Tell us, how in the world did you become the awesome and amazing Gwendolyn?
Yes. Uh, Again, my name is Gwendolyn Epps White, and I was, uh, let me see, born into a great family. My mom and my dad, Mr. and Mrs. Epps, they were they were regular people, and they had 8 beautiful children. All of us went to some college. No one ever went to jail and or anything like that, like they're doing nowadays. And I just love people. I have a daughter and a granddaughter, and I have taken on this young man. I call him my son. He's my barber.
Oh
he
my,
made sure
nice.
he made
Uh-huh,
sure that I was looking good today
uh-huh,
on
uh-huh.
my head. And I just love people. I was in the school system for over 20 years, and with the little ones, with the little pre-K children, and I just love people in general. And I just saw Miss Mercy, Sister Mercy, welcomed me, and she said, "I want you on my podcast." I said, "Okay, yeah, I will." I really was looking for my brother, but because he has a business. But when she said that, I said I couldn't stop. I had to go on and talk about my product, New Extra,
Oh,
and it's a awesome product, and it helps people. It's all natural, and you want it, I want it. Everybody needs it.
but I tell you, with the way things are changing and people wanting healthy foods that are really originally grown without contaminants and all those different things, I was excited about what you were
Absolutely.
saying. And the fact that we were in a room full of entrepreneurs and some that were just barely starting a business and trying to learn how to operate a business, to people like myself who have been in business for well over 40, 50 years, I was excited about your energy and I was excited about you wanting to introduce other entrepreneurs to this opportunity. And another thing, Miss Gwendolyn, I had offered the entire classroom an opportunity to be on the free visibility podcast. And I think
Okay.
you had missed that. And that's when you showed up and I said, you versus the fact that you were trying to refer your wonderful brother that you love and you're so proud of. And then you started Dr. Branson, you started this and started that. I said, well, we don't do a series. We're going to do a series of the seeds of sharing, which means that you did not have a hoarded kind of spirit where, oh, this is for me and I can't share this with anyone. You immediately started thinking of others. So that impressed me beyond. Now, you told me some stories too. So we're on live, and this will go around the world. This will go wherever you send it because it's evergreen. This podcast conversation. So we're not making any claims. We're not doctors. We're not nurses. But we have. She has found something she's really proud of,
Absolutely.
and her experience with it is evident in her personality. So Gwen, I want to know about the man with the arm.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I told my brother in Christ about the the plant-based food, which is called New Extract. This is Hercules. New Extract is the company, and this is their chief product, which is our Hercules. And it's just I don't know if you can you see it?
Put it beside your glasses. There
Yeah,
you go.
it's just great. It's just a spray, and what you do, you spray it under your tongue.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
You
Mm-hmm.
spray it out.
Oh, we froze there for a minute, so don't worry, because technology makes it so that things happen.
Breakfast. That's all you have to do. It's only food. And
Gwen,
so
you froze. Hold it 1 second.
I told brother, I beg your pardon?
You froze for just a second, but guess what? Be careful how you move, because if you move too much in front of the camera, it'll get lost. So you spray it under your tongue. Go ahead.
Okay, you spray it under your tongue about th- uh, 3 times a day, 4 times each spray,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
If more is how it would go into your body. It goes directly into your bloodstream.
Mm-hmm.
Our blood is dirty
Woo, yes,
because of
ma'am.
toxic the toxic, the preservatives, and all things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it needs to be cleansed. This is the only one product in the world that will cleanse your body like that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's no more than food. It's 44 plant-based foods. And that's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happening is our body heals itself.
I believe.
But when you get the right nutrition in it, that is the key. And this is the right nutrition.
Wow.
So, but you also got to drink water because you know our bodies has what 95% of it is water.
Yes, yes.
You know, and so you get your water and you get your I Hercules, you
I,
good to
are you
go.
saying like I, Hercules?
Yes, I
Oh, that is such a
Hercules.
cute name.
And it though is wonderful.
Okay,
And
I got a question. Wait a
then
minute.
we
Wait a minute.
we
Wait a minute.
also
Let's make sure the audience is with us. This
okay,
this product that you fell in love with, you spray it under your tongue 3 times a day, and it's made of basically 44 different plants, right? Which is
you're
basically,
right,
and it does a major job at cleansing our bloodstream, right?
right.
Okay. And then,
So I want to get back to my friend,
yeah, yeah, I'm
my
interested
brother
in
in
that.
Christ. Get back to him. So I said, "Would you be willing to try it?" And he said, "Sure, I'll buy it. I'll try it." I said,
Uh-huh,
"Okay."
uh-huh,
So he did.
uh-huh.
And his arm, I don't know if some people might know about people that have had strokes. I know he had 2 strokes. He may have had more than that, but it left his arm turned right like this.
Mm-hmm,
When you get some people know about that, they
mm-hmm,
turn
mm-hmm,
and they twist it the other
mm-hmm,
way. So I was intending to take a picture of it, right?
mm-hmm.
Before and after. And so it was about a week had passed, and I called him. I said, "Oh, can I come around your house right quick and take a picture of your arm? He said, come on, right? And I don't stay too far from him. So I went over his house and he was outside. I said, get in front of your house, get in front of your house. And I had my phone out, getting ready to take the picture. And I looked down and my mouth stretched open. I said, oh my goodness, your arm is down by your side. He said,
God.
I told you I was getting better. I said, oh, I didn't. I started shouting in the middle of the street. I know his neighbor thought something was wacko about me.
My goodness.
But I'm telling you, it was a mighty thing. And so a lot of times people want to hear about what the product has done for you.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, my father was blind, right?
Okay.
And so they had been checking my eyes through the years, and because my sister went blind in one of her eyes,
Uh-huh.
and so they had been checking my eyes uh, just to make sure that didn't happen to me.
All right. All right.
And so I have had laser surgery and things like that on my
Mm-hmm.
eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I went for a checkup, and when I went for the checkup, after the checkup was over, they said, Miss White, they say we won't have to see you no more for 6 months. I
Mm-hmm.
said, oh, and so I, I don't know if people know it or not, but when you have eye trouble like that, as far as the pressure in your eyes, if it's in the teens, it's not good for you.
Okay.
It's really not good for you. And so they told me, say, Miss White, your eyes are 10-10. And I start shouting and praising the Lord then. 10-10. My eyes had never been 10-10. It always was in the teens.
Oh my
Even after they
goodness.
did the laser surgery, it was always in the teens. So I knew I hadn't done anything differently but this,
Oh my goodness.
but this. And so
Uh-huh.
if you want to change your circumstances, get this food, this A1 top one food is for you.
Oh my
And
goodness. Well,
so
let me tell you.
I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you.
Well, I tell you like this. It's hard to share wonderful findings with people, because we know we're not making any claims. We know we're not doctors. We know we're not telling you what to do and not making any promises. We're just sharing what you experienced and why you fell in love with this product and why you want everyone to know about it. And I think that's so admirable about you because whenever we're with people, um, we see needs and we want to get the information to them, and it might be just a thing they need or someone that they know may need. So I'm
Right.
excited about this. First of all, I'm an entrepreneur and business developer, so anytime I see a up and coming business, I want to do whatever I can to get their information out there. Because when they invented the airplane, you know how they went through all that stuff and how people talk so negative about what in the world are these people doing? But time keeps changing and things keep changing, but God's plants do not. If
Absolutely.
if we keep them pure and natural. So something like that sounds like something I would love to try, but also I wanted to just get the information out there for you. Now people are going to want to know if they wanted to try it just for themselves, how would they reach you and how would they get how would you deliver the product?
Okay. The company would deliver the product. If you would go to
We're not
New X,
make sure it's you. Is it going to direct them to anything that benefits you directly?
yes.
Okay. Go
So they would go to New Extract. That's NUXTRACT. TRAX.com/Gwen EW. That's GWENEW. That is my site. And you can order, you can get involved, or you could go to 855-565-0500. That's the 800 number. And that's my partner, uh, VT. And we would just love for you to try this Hercules and other products that we have. We also have the cream. This works from the inside out, and the cream works from the outside in. So it takes care of your skin and other things. It was originally created for burnt victims. All right. And then they also have eye patches. They only have 3. And the eye patches, it's called eye patches, and it's for, you get some for pain and inflammation, you get some for pain and joint pain, you get some for energy, and the list goes on. They also have them for uh, frequency, because we on phones and all this kind of stuff like that. So they have a lot of that.
Whoa, whoa,
So
whoa.
just check it out.
I got a question. Did you say they have something for frequency?
Yes, frequencies, like,
Explain
when the phone, people using the phones all the time,
that.
and you might be around microwaves and stuff like that. So they have that, and much, much more.
Wow, that is so exciting and so on point. You know, I like the fact that it's all these 44 plants and things, because we try to get plants and foods that sometimes we don't like or we wouldn't eat. Like I like nibbling on broccoli with some,
Hmm. Yeah, broccoli is one of my favorites.
but to get your family and your children and your grands, to eat those good things to keep their health is not always possible. So I'm going to research your company. I'm going to research your products and your recommendations and your suggestions. These are not telling me or no one what to do. We're just sharing information and personal experience and personal things that that she's experiencing. So I'm going to make sure that if anyone wants to reach out to you, that your website, your how to order the product. I love the fact that we can just order the product instead of, hey Gwen, you available? Hey Gwen, you're available. Right now, websites are so handy that you can go straight and get the product. And look,
Absolutely.
you had a mentor introduce you earlier. I don't know if he'll be able to get back in before we end our session, but how did you get connected to this company?
Well, as I was telling you earlier, uh, a friend of mine named VT Sykes
Okay.
in- introduced me to. We went to school together, and so what he did, he called me up,
Uh-huh.
and he said, "Sister Gwen," he said, "Watch this." He didn't tell me what it was, So I began to watch it, and I was looking and looking. I saw the word today, and looked over there on that out of the corner of my eye, and I saw today. I saw Al Roker. I don't know if you
I
know
love
Al Roker. I don't know if you saw no other people out there know Al Roker, but Al Roker is very known. So I started listening, and they were talking about the doctors that created this, and they were talking about what they did. It took 30 years for them to come up, and they went all across the country and stuff, finding the most top plant-based foods in the world. And that's what they came up with, 44 of them. They dissected their leaves and everything. And I know my partner, my coach, is gonna tell you more on this. Uh, he's up on this
Oh,
about these doctors and scientists that created this. There he is. He's right on time.
hey,
He's coming back. So,
uh-huh.
Doctor, my coach,
But
A1
and
coach,
but
Dr.
because you
Steve K. Branch.
it's such a beautiful, beautiful admiration and honoring of your coach and mentor. We're gonna uh, set up a part two of the seeds of Gwendolyn, so that even as we have Dr. Branch up here and he's saying all these good things about you and he's talking about this awesome product, we're going to make sure we get to know more about Dr. Branch and all that he does and all that he wants to share in part two of the series Seeds of Gwendolyn. That's what I'm going to call it. And so for everyone has their own individual podcast. But as we get ready to wrap up your episode, um, Dr. Branch has said such wonderful things about you. And his support of you is just the kind of mentoring and coaching people need. They can move faster in life when someone believes in them and supports them as he does. And so as we get ready move along, Dr. Branch, any closing remarks about this lovely lady and what we're in store for when we get your own episode in part two?
Well, I just like to say once again, Miss Gwen is an incredible person, and she's actually representing an incredible product, an all natural health spray. It's not a mineral, it's not a supplement, it's not a vitamin. 44 of the healthiest plants in the world out of the Mediterranean, and all it takes is just 4 squirts under your tongue 3 times a day. It can assist in reversing items such as high blood pressure and diabetes 1 and 2 and other illnesses. Because as Miss Gwen shared, our blood is filled with toxins, and this spray actually cleanse our blood and get the toxins and the plaque out of our arteries so we have clean blood going to our heart, our liver, our lungs, throughout our entire body. So it eliminates the possibilities of having strokes and other issues. See, because when our blood is dirty, that causes pain and inflammation and disease to set in, because what's happening is something called zombie cells. This spray eliminates those zombie cells with new, healthier cells. And we'll talk more about that on our podcast. But last thing I want to say, this amazing spray is extremely affordable. It's only $79. But it's what it does for you health-wise is simply amazing. And we have hundreds of thousands of testimonies. So with that being said, God bless each and every one of you. Back to you, Miss
Oh
Mary.
my God, you all have been mind blowing. You have been wonderful. You have been so
And so
impressive.
have you, Miss Murray. I appreciate you. I
My
tell you.
goodness. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to have met Gwendolyn, who introduced me to Dr. Branch, who all introduced me to the product. They have testimonies from individuals that have experienced results from this. We know we're not doctors. We know we're not making any claims that we want you to buy into. We're just telling you what they have experienced. And they already sold me on the project. I want some and I want to try it. I like natural food and all. So this is part one of the series of Seeds of Gwendolyn. Next episode continues with the zombie cells featuring Dr. Steve Branch. That's a perfect title. Woo-hoo, my God. So we're going to make sure that all the contact information for how to order the product from Gwendolyn is under her podcast. Phone, contact, website, everything. And she made it so easy that you don't even have to hunt her down. You just follow that information and order it directly from the company. And that way the middleman is taken out, all that extra shipping and storing inventory and stuff is out the way. So I'm impressed. I am impressed. And you did a wonderful job as a guest on Leadership Legacies and Legends Unleashed as one of the first visibility guests from the big event that brought us together. We have blossomed into a wonderful garden that we're just beginning. We don't know where this is going to take us, but we're going to trust God in all things. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mary Hansel Fernandez, your host of Leadership, Legacies, and Legends Unleashed, the podcast, saying thank you. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, and all your favorite listening sites and more. See you soon. And we'll just end this segment with thank you all. Thank you, guests. I just
Thank
wow.
you.
Yes, God bless.
Thank you. God bless you. Love you.
Bye-bye.